Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm making this video on my webcam, because I currently don't have a camera. I sold my camera, I'm getting a new camera that's a bit better. You'll hopefully notice a difference soon, but anyways, that's not the point. Unless you've been living under a rock, there are some leaked new Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules that will be affecting the OCG on March 21st when they get this new starter deck. Blah blah blah, routine stuff. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have all read about it, so this video is just going to basically be my thoughts. A few people asked me what I thought about it, so let's make a video. So the three rules are, well, the first rule is the player who goes first doesn't draw the first turn. The second rule is that both players can have a field spell card in the field at the same time. And the third change, not really rule necessarily, is that effect card text will be written in a new style, making them easier to understand. So, let's start with, I guess, the one that's getting a lot of people's heads spinning and a lot of controversy, blah blah. The player who goes first doesn't draw the first turn, so I'm not going to repeat too much obvious stuff, hopefully, but basically it seems like it was done in response to the kind of popular complaint of, you win the dice roll, you win the match type of thing, because, if you won the dice roll, you go first, and the advantage in going first, for those who don't know, is that, you are effectively +1 in advantage the entire game, so your opponent's kind of having to fight an uphill battle, because you'll always have one more card than they will on each of your turns. So, it's an interesting change. I think that it's a change for the better, if only because of the controversy it's causing. A lot of players previously just kind of had the ultimatum of, if you win the dice roll, you will always go first because it's always the best thing to do. Whereas now, it's not necessarily bad to go first, because going first gives you options to set up and do things you want to do without really being interrupted outside of something like Effect Veiler. But being second, lets you have the +1 advantage. I think it's good because, you have to think now between going first and second. It's not that there's necessarily a better option, but it's the fact that, depending on the matchup and depending on whether it's game 2, game 3, going first or second means something. You may want to go, say, first in game 2, even though you don't get the draw, because you'll get to set any traps that you sided in. Usually those are the popular ones, like Imperial Iron Walls and things like that, Vanity's Emptiness. You'll get to set them without, the fear of being MST, and also just before your opponent can do anything, even if they are getting the plus from going first. So that's interesting. I think that there are a few alternate ways they could have done this that might have been a little more balanced, like player going first can't special summon, possibly, or things like that. I also think that it might have been better to maybe have neither player be able to attack on their first turn. So basically, they can incorporate this rule still, but also the person who goes second can't attack, because it does feel a bit unfair that the player going first can't draw or attack, and the player going second can draw and attack. So that's a bit crazy. I won't say it's heavily unbalanced. It sounds lame to say, but it kind of just time will tell type of thing. I mean, we don't even know if the TCG is getting these rules. Presumably they are soon, but Anyways, that's what I think of that. I think that it's overall a good change. It's gotten people thinking, and that's something that we haven't had to do in Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while. So, I think it's a good change. I think it's one of the better ways it could have balanced the problem. The second rule is both players can have a field spell on the field at the same time. So, this isn't as drastic of a change. It's something that some players I've heard, kind of wanted to have. They felt like it would make more sense. To me, it varies. I think that having two field spells on the field at the same time can cause some really complicated situations with, the more complex field spells. I can't think of a great example right now. But, say, Ancient City, the Crystal Beast field spell, and then some other crazy field spell like Magical Citadel of Endymion, things like that, where just a lot of stuff can be going on. I mean, technically it shouldn't be that hard to keep up with because you're used to playing those field spells, but some people though have thought of some kind of crazy situations, with someone in the comments just said Zombie World versus Spellbook Tower and things like Closed Forest, making things really complicated. I don't really know of any lockup type contradictory field spells that might cancel each other out. I mean, I guess Neca Rally can cancel out a lot of things like Spellbook Tower, but no major ruling discrepancies that should happen. So I think that overall it's a pretty good change. It's not a change I particularly care about or not about. It's just that, like, it's a change. I don't think that that's the change many players are looking at anyways. And the third thing is the new effect card text. Who knows what it's going to be. I think that PSCT was shit. That's coming from a certified judge or whatever. But I really don't like PSCT. I don't feel like it really helped, partly because it was still kind of complicated in itself. It helped a few things, but there were still a lot of cards that didn't even get the, new card text. PSCT being problem-solving card text, for those of you who don't know. But I didn't think it worked that well, so hopefully this will be a more efficient, shorter, and easier to understand. So that's all. Those are my thoughts. I guess they're kind of vague and not that in-depth, but I think that all of these changes are mostly for the better. I think that they could have maybe done a better job with the going first, not being able to draw or attack thing. But other than that, I don't think there are any bad things about these. So tell me your thoughts, viewers. What do you think of these new rules? Leave them in the comments. As always, I will be down there replying to things, responding to comments, making some sort of conversation. Also, this will be the topic for a player perspectives next week, probably. I haven't been able to get to locals in like years. So it'll probably be a new player perspectives topic. And yeah, so just wanted to throw out a video like this because some people asked me to, and that way it kind of breaks up the monotony of just decks, duels, whatever. So I'll talk to you guys later. Be sure to follow me on social networks, subscribe if you like this kind of thing, thumbs up for support, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.